Hey there, Jenn Dize here for Status Coup, and surprise of all surprises, Hillary Clinton has endorsed Joe Biden. Let's take a look at that. So this was posted and cut by The Hill, and they say on Twitter, Joe Biden introduces Hillary Clinton as the woman who should be president of the United States right now. Let's listen to this clip.
Former Senator and former Secretary of State and a woman who should be President of the United States right now, Hillary Clinton. Welcome, Hillary. It's great to have you here.
Thank you so much, Joe. It's a real pleasure to be here with you and to be part of this very important discussion. And I am thrilled to be part of your campaign to not only endorse you, but to help highlight a lot of the issues that are at stake in this presidential election. So I want to add my voice to the many who have endorsed you to be our president.
Okay, there we have it. There was a lot more to the discussion than that, but The Hill cut just a small part of it. So really, what is there to say about that, about Hillary Clinton endorsing Joe Biden? Well, there's a lot to say. Let's look at a little bit more of her announcement of supporting Joe Biden, and then we'll kind of dive into the background here. Hillary Clinton endorses Joe Biden. This is in CNN Politics. Hillary Clinton endorsed Joe Biden during a virtual town hall Tuesday, putting the support of the Democratic standard bearer from 4 years ago behind the former vice president and current presumptive presidential nominee. Clinton touted Biden as a friend and a figure who has been preparing for this moment his entire life, as she lambasted President Donald Trump as someone who is so ill-prepared to be commander-in-chief that he appears to just be playing the role on television. I want to highlight something there. Whenever you hear these people who endorse Joe Biden talk about him, they always say, "My friend, Joe." Oh, does that sound familiar to you? Bernie Sanders? That's something a lot of progressives got upset about and frustrated about, is that Bernie always referred to him as my friend Joe. Well, here we have this again, this my friend, Joe is a friend, Joe is such a good friend from Hillary Clinton. Well, Joe might be a good friend to senators in Washington, but from his policies and his past, it does not seem like he will be a friend to the American people. Sure, he could possibly be better than Donald Trump. I think that goes without saying, that if you're a Democrat or left-leaning, that it's better to have Joe Biden policies than it is to have Donald Trump policies, especially since Donald Trump veers into fascism. So that's what a lot of Democrats are struggling with. That's what a lot of progressives are struggling with. Well, we have this guy, Joe Biden, who is just same old, centrist, neoliberal, has done a lot of shady things in the past, including lying about being jailed for apartheid in South Africa on the way to meet Nelson Mandela, about sitting in civil rights sit-ins. He didn't do those things. He's plagiarized in the past. He's had to drop out of presidential races for plagiarism in the past. He's also been credibly accused of sexual assault by Tara Reade, a former staffer of his when he was in the Senate. So does my friend Joe negate all of those things? Does the fact that he's nice to people in Washington negate the things that he's done and said? I don't think so. That's why a lot of people, as I said, are grappling with the decision of whether or not to vote for Joe Biden. I also don't think that Hillary's endorsement really changes anyone's mind. Hillary supporters, I would say, I don't have the data right now to back this up, but Hillary supporters en masse are going to go to Joe Biden, and they were going to do so anyway. This doesn't persuade any Bernie voters. This doesn't persuade anyone who wasn't already in that centrist camp. So Hillary might have done this a little bit late, and I think she did. I wonder why it took her so long to endorse Joe. But in the end, I don't really think it matters that much, and it calls into question her support of things like Me Too, which we will get into a little bit here. I want to add my voice to the many who have endorsed you to be our president, Clinton said. She added, in a nod to the coronavirus, that this is a moment where we need a leader, a president like Joe Biden. Biden called Clinton a friend. Oh, imagine that. All of these people in Washington are friends. Shocker. and thanked her for the wonderful personal endorsement. The former Secretary of State's endorsement was a foregone conclusion, as we said, but it remains a significant boost for Biden because Clinton still enjoys deep support from an array of Democratic voters. I don't think it gives him a boost because, as I said, I think those people were already going to be voting for Biden. She won over 65 million votes 4 years ago, blah, blah, blah. Then they talk about Clinton's endorsement allowing Republicans to dredge up attacks. Of course, they're going to do that. So we don't need to read this entire thing. Although the history of it is kind of interesting. Clinton endorsing Biden is a reversal of what happened to the duo in 2016, when Biden stepped aside and endorsed his former Senate colleague despite wanting to run himself. The decision partially stemmed from former President Barack Obama firmly getting behind Clinton, all but denying his running mate and vice president the chance to run for the job in 2016. That is actually up for debate. I regret it every day, but it was the right decision for my family and for me, he said, of not running in 2016. Let's see. Clinton recalled during Tuesday's event how, when she was Secretary of State, they had a standing breakfast date once a week where they would talk often about work, but also about family and their lives. Clinton concluded her endorsement with a hope for Biden. I wish he were president right now. So that's all well and good. No real news there. Okay, of course it's breaking news that Hillary Clinton officially endorsed Joe Biden, but nobody thought that that wasn't going to happen. Everybody knew that she was eventually going to endorse Joe Biden. Let's take a look back to 2019, when Hillary Clinton defended Joe Biden after controversy surrounding how he interacts with women and girls. So this is in People. Hillary Clinton defends Joe Biden after controversy about how he interacts with women and girls. Get over it. Hearing Hillary Clinton say, get over it, is stomach turning. It was stomach turning back in 2019, and it's stomach turning now. It's even more stomach turning now because of what we know about the additional allegations that Tara Reade has come forward with. Previously, Tara Reade had said that Joe Biden inappropriately touched her neck and just felt like he was making advances toward her and just made her feel uncomfortable. Then Tara Reade came forward with more of the story in an interview to Katie Halper, talking about how he actually digitally penetrated her against her will, an alleged assault. So now hearing Hillary Clinton tell people to get over it seems like it's just another case of these people excusing each other for their misbehavior. Hillary Clinton didn't stand behind women when it came to her husband and his alleged sexual misdeeds and misconduct. And here she is endorsing Joe Biden, just like Bernie has, just like all the others who dropped out of the race have. And you have to say, at what point do these people withdraw their endorsement? At what point does Bernie Sanders, who made millions of progressives, just estimating, cry the day that he endorsed Joe Biden for president? At what point does he look at the Tara Reade allegations and say, I can't endorse this man for president? Unfortunately, I don't think he will. I think Bernie has blinders on, and his number one goal is to defeat Donald Trump. And he's not actually looking at the character of the man that he calls his friend. And that's unfortunate. I believe that we should stand up for what is right, even when it's politically inconvenient. Let's make ourselves even more angry, shall we? And watch this video where Hillary Clinton tells us all to get over it when it comes to Joe Biden inappropriately touching and being too forward with women and young girls.
As impeachment proceedings unfold, Democrats are also in the midst of selecting their presidential nominee.
I'm staying out of it. I'm just going to support whoever the nominee is to try to do everything I can to help that person win.
But she did defend Democratic frontrunner Joe Biden on one particular issue.
For years, people have noticed the somewhat strange and often, let's say, overly familiar physicality of one Joe Biden, specifically with women.
I've heard a little bit about that. I mean, I don't think that the Twitterverse is the American electorate, but there are lots of, vocal voices that say all kinds of things. He is a thoroughly decent human being who has served our country honorably and well for decades. You could take any person who sticks their little head above the parapet and says, I'm going to run for president, and find something that a little, annoying habit or other kind of behavior that people are going to pick apart and disagree with. People who are putting themselves forward, which, believe me, is a really difficult process to undergo, should be judged on the totality of their lives and their service. And we can pick apart anybody. I mean, that's a great spectator sport. But this man who's there in the Oval Office right now poses a clear and present danger to the future of the United States. So get over it. Look at the candidates, look at what they've accomplished, look at what they've fought for, and vote for anybody to get rid of Donald Trump.
So there you have it. There you have it, straight from Hillary Clinton's mouth. Get over it. Get over any issues you have with Joe Biden. Get over the fact that women have come forward with allegations against Joe Biden of sexual harassment and sexual assault. I will say that this was before Tara Reade. Hillary Clinton made that statement before Tara Reade came forward with claims of sexual assault. But that was after other claims had already been made. So we're supposed to get over it. We're supposed to just listen to all of these people, all of these former candidates who are endorsing Joe Biden. And we're supposed to get over his policies. We're not supposed to ask for anything. They just want us to fall in line. Well, I have to say that originally, as I told you all, I was going to vote for Joe Biden if he was the nominee. I said, like Bernie says, that defeating Donald Trump has to be our number one issue if that was our only choice. Obviously, I'm personally a huge Bernie supporter. But now we have a credible allegation of sexual assault against Joe Biden. He can't be our nominee. I don't have reporting on this, but I believe he may not be. They might try to switch him out because of his very obvious cognitive decline. I'm saying that not as a doctor, but as someone with eyes. It's discouraging. All of the people who are just shouting, vote Joe Biden, vote Joe Biden. We don't have any other choice. Well, right now, New York has decided that they aren't giving their residents a choice. They're canceling the Democratic primary election. Here in Maryland, I'm still going to vote for Bernie in the primary. And I think progressives, I'm not telling anyone what to do, but I think progressives need to stand up and make some demands. And say no. And also say, no, we're not going to stand for sexual assault. And Joe Biden needs to address this. Let's also take a little walk down memory lane and remember some of Joe Biden's other issues. This is from 2007. So we talk about Joe Biden's cognitive decline now. So multiply the fact that he is a gaffe machine with his current cognitive decline. Again, I'm not a doctor, just someone who is observant, like you all. So we have someone who makes gaffes on the regular and has all of his career on top of someone in cognitive decline. So again, this is from 2007. Talking about, let's see, he's a gaffe machine. He said of Obama, I mean, you got the first mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and a nice looking guy. Oof. Jonathan Chait attempts to say, in Biden's defense, the quote was widely misunderstood. No. And then he also said, after attempting to endear himself to an Indian American supporter, you cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent. Oof, again. This is just some of the many gaffes. I thought I would show you this because it was way back in 2007 that this was written, and we talk about his gaffes now, but this has been going on for a while. Joe Biden has never been a good candidate, yet here the Democrats are shoving him down our throats. The election, there was suppression all over the place during the primary. Bernie did not get a fair shake. Yes, I believe the primary was rigged. I'm not saying the machines changed votes. A lot of you believe that. I don't have reporting to support that. But suppression was rampant, and that to me means that it was rigged. It was obvious when candidates like Amy Klobuchar and now I'm forgetting all their names, and Pete Buttigieg were dropping out and endorsing Joe Biden immediately. That to me looked obviously coordinated. There were players in the background pulling all the strings. They wanted Joe Biden to win. They didn't care what the people wanted. So here we are with this terrible, terrible choice. I'm lucky enough to live in a blue state, so it doesn't matter if I vote third party, if I write Bernie in, or what I do. This state is going to go to Joe Biden anyway. But for those of you in swing states, you have a real hard decision to make. If it really truly does come down to Donald Trump or Joe Biden, what are you going to do? I don't have any answers for you. I do believe that Donald Trump poses much, much, much more of a threat. I don't even think that's up for dispute. But I also think that Joe Biden needs to drop out or needs to be replaced because of this very credible sexual assault allegation that Tara Reade has made. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. I wanted to let you know that Jordan we're working on a story right now. So Jordan has been calling sources and writing and things like that. So this is yet another story to do with Flint. It's really just, Jordan always says it's like peeling an onion, peeling the layers off of an onion. The corruption is just unbelievable. So wait until you see this newest piece. Just wild. So Jordan's working on that. His cough has also come back. As you know, he had coronavirus. He was recovering. His cough had gotten better. Now his cough is bad again. So send good thoughts to Jordan that he gets officially well and gets over this and rebuilds his immune system. And he will be back. So keep an eye on this channel. One or the other of us will be posting videos and keeping you up to date on everything that's going on. Smash that like button, become a member, statuscoup.com/join, just $5 a month, and you get lots of great behind the scenes content and calls with Jordan and I with members, and we've been doing that quite a lot. I think we've done 3 in the last few weeks, so it's a lot of fun. You get to ask us your most burning questions, statuscoup.com/join. You can also support our GoFundMe at gofundme.com/status-coup-news. Alrighty. I hope I didn't make you feel too sick with the discussion of both Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden all in one video. You stay strong out there. Bye-bye.